Hello and a very warm welcome to today's session brought to you by Team Books for Coaching. I hope all of you are doing really well. देरी नहीं करते हुए फटाफट से let's just quickly get started with today's session. आज हम लोग we are looking at एकदम scratch से preparation series 4. I hope आप लोगों ने अच्छी तरह से अपने homework को complete कर लिया होगा. The homework that was assigned to all of you yesterday. Good evening, Debashish, Simar, Monica, Sonali. Good evening, everybody. देरी नहीं करते हुए फटाफट से let's just get started. मैंने आप लोगों को post structuralism, post modernism पढ़ने को कहा था, लेकिन आज जैसा टॉपिक भी you are able to see because a lot of your set exams are also coming. We will also be looking at a pool of questions that you can actually expect in your upcoming exams. So हम लोग उस चीज को भी अच्छी तरह से देखेंगे. Good evening, Sujit. So do make a note of it. Do make a note of everything I've been telling all of you about Sunday's masterclass. Theoretically as well as question wise हम लोग ड्रामा यूनिट को कवर करेंगे. So please don't forget to attend that properly. अच्छे से notes भी बना लीजिएगा. Every unit को we'll try to cover it on the weekends as well to make sure that all of you are trying to cover it end to end. Okay. This was the homework that I'd given you yesterday. So I hope आप लोगों ने अच्छी तरह से इस homework को cover कर लिया होगा. We are going to be testing some parts of it today as well. हम लोग आज भी कुछ parts को देखेंगे. But primarily आज का जो main topic in agenda रहेगा, because we are able to see that your set exams are coming up. We'll try to practice a lot of these questions that are important for your upcoming entrances. Okay. Good evening, Rashmi. Good evening, Anjali. Good evening, Shilpa. Good evening, Suraj. Good evening, Zamar. चलिए देरी नहीं करते हुए फटाफट से let's just quickly get started with the concepts questions for the day जो आज हमारे हैं. Then if time permits we'll also be looking at your revision of postmodernism and posthumanism that I'd asked you to do, right? Which of the following is the proper explanation of the concept of Freytag's pyramid? जो फ्राइटैग का पिरामिड है, आपके पास 15 सेकेंड्स हैं टू आंसर दिस पर्टिकुलर क्वेश्चन. फ्राइटैग्स पिरामिड प्रिंसिपल जो आपका आता है, सो व्हाट इज इट ट्राइंग टू एक्चुअली डू? फ्राइटैग का जो पिरामिड प्रिंसिपल है, what is Freytag's pyramid principle actually trying to do? When we are looking at Freytag's pyramid principle, what is the pyramid principle actually trying to do? Just look at the question correctly and try to answer this very quickly. Try to answer this very quickly. No, no, no. B is not the right answer. B is not the right answer. What is it trying to do? अच्छी तरह से देखिए. Very good. Shilpa Kumari has got the right answer. फ्राइटैग का पिरामिड प्रिंसिपल क्या करने की कोशिश कर रहा है? इट इज टेलिंग अबाउट द प्लॉट ऑफ द ड्रामा. इट इज नॉट ट्राइंग टू टेल यू अबाउट द कैरेक्टर्स इन द ड्रामा. आपका कैसे एक्सपोजिशन आता है, कैसे राइजिंग एक्शन होता है, कैसे टर्निंग पॉइंट आता है, फिर आपका कैसे फॉलिंग एक्शन, डेनूमा, एंड देन यू फाइनली क्लोजिंग ऑल टुगेदर. सो फ्राइटैग का जो पिरामिड प्रिंसिपल है, व्हाट इज इट बेसिकली ट्राइंग टू टेल यू? इट इज ट्राइंग टू टेल यू हाउ यू कैन एनालाइज द प्लॉट ऑफ द ड्रामा. फ्राइटैग का जो पिरामिड प्रिंसिपल है, what is it being used? And this question even in your net exam has been indirectly asked twice. एक बार फ्राइटैग का pyramid principle देके, right? So again, German novelist and playwright Gustav Freytag is the one. German literature के notes में please आप फ्राइटैग का pyramid principle को add कर लीजिएगा, ठीक है? He's trying to tell you 5 act का जो plot होता है वो उसका pyramid आता है, right? That is what you are able to actually see. There is a pyramid that we are able to look at. So what is a pyramid? Pyramid is a triangular structure. Pyramid is a triangular structure. So there is introduction, there is rising action, there is climax, there is falling action, there is denouement or catastrophe. These are the elements that we're able to see, like I told you. Okay, so that's the Freytag, who is a German playwright who is telling us about the Freytag's pyramid principle. Which of the following movements was Arthur Symons referring to as an interesting disease and over a subtilizing refinement upon refinement, refinement upon refinement? Right, refinement upon refinement. हम लोगों ने Celtic revival, Celts के बारे में we were discussing yesterday in the foundation batch when we started with British writings. I hope you're able to recollect that when we were looking at British writings, we were discussing about it. Which movement? Very good, Wilfran. Excellent, Wilfran. You missed the classroom class today. What was the reason? One second. Sorry. Yeah. What is the correct answer over here? What is the correct answer over here? Decadence is the correct answer. What is the correct answer over here? Decadence becomes the correct answer. So Arthur Symons is trying to tell you about the decadence movement. The decadence movement is also called the art for art's sake movement or the aesthetic movement that we're able to see. And what is the decadence movement associated with? It's associated with Baudelaire, Rimbaud, Gautier, A.C. Swinburne also indirectly. So it is a sort of a refinement over refinement. It's like a disease, obsession that you're able to see. Okay, who made the remark, great literature is simply language charged with meaning to the utmost possible degree. Language charged with meaning to the utmost possible degree. Language charged with meaning to the utmost possible degree. Who said this? Who said this? Who's the writer who's talking about this? Who said this? Jaldi se bataiye. What is the correct answer over here? Who made the following remark? Who was making the following remark? Who was trying to make this remark? Yes, Ishika. Everybody's got the Kubar Sahib has got the right answer. That is true. This is Ezra Pound. This is Ezra Pound. Great literature, simply language charged with meaning to the utmost possible degree. This is Ezra Pound that we are looking at. This is Ezra Pound that we are able to see. Ezra Pound का जो work है उसके अंदर. So Ezra Pound, he says meaning can be achieved in three important ways, that is phanepoeia, melopoeia, logopoeia. Phanepoeia is imagism, melopoeia is the musical quality altogether that you're able to see, or that also uplifts the mood. Logopoeia, the poetic writing that we are able to look at. So your phano, melo, and logopoeia, this is what is also being discussed over here by Ezra Pound. Okay, which of the following observations of the lost generation, a term coined by Gertrude Stein, is correct? Which of the following is actually correct? Which of the following is actually correct? इनमें से कौन सा which is the correct one? Which is the correct one? Yes, Fano, Mello, and Logo. Fano, Mello, and Logo. Those are the three important things that Ezra Pound's trying to tell you about. What is the correct answer over here? B is the correct answer, which is correct. German Jews who survived in the Second World War, American expatriates in Europe after the First World War, Irish freedom fighters in the 20th century, Europeans living in America. That is not true. So, lost generation is a term coined by Gertrude Stein, telling you about American expatriates. आज भी याद है जब हम फाउंडेशन बैच में एंग्लो सैक्सन लिटरेचर को कर रहे थे, we had talked about Exodus, which was written. I hope you're able to recollect about Exodus. Can you tell me, anyone in the comment section, which book was it a part of, which manuscript out of the 4 manuscripts it was a part of? Again, you are able to see these expatriates are actually they're getting disillusioned altogether. Ernest Hemingway, Scott Fitzgerald, T.S. Eliot. So again, the American dream actually getting butchered for them, right? The American dream actually getting butchered for them. वो चीज आप यहाँ पर देख पाते हो. Okay, which of the following is true? Is true of Aristotle's critical position. Aristotle का जो critical position है उसके लिए it is true. Which of the following is true when we are looking at Aristotle's critical position? Aristotle's critical position. Which of the following is true? Which of the following is true? Which is true that we are able to see. Writers are likely to be mere entertainers who appeal to the emotions. That's not what he's trying to say. Texts created by poets are almost inevitably inaccurate, defective as imitations, not at all. The best artistic text will both be complex and unified. Every part of the work will be essential to it and will be linked to every other part. This is what he actually tries to talk about, right? This is the most important aspect that he's not trying to trivialize literature at all. That is the most important contribution. Okay? ये 3 unities of place, time and action के बारे में भी बताते हैं. That is also something that is associated with this critical school process. What does Socrates mean when in Plato's Ion he says poets are nothing but the interpreters of God? Poets are nothing but the interpreters of God. आपसे ये question भी पूछा जा सकता है कि ये lines किसने बोली हैं? Who's the writer associated with these lines? You should be able to actually answer this properly. You should be able to talk about this a little properly altogether. What becomes the right answer over here? What becomes, yes, absolutely right. The poets are makers or markers of the poems. The poets are acutely aware of gods in composing. The poets are divinely possessed, right? There is a divine madness attached to it. So they are divinely possessed. That is what he's actually trying to tell you. Divine inspiration. You're seeking divine support, divine inspiration, divine support आप एक तरह से seek कर रहे हैं. That is over here what Socrates is trying to say. Poets are nothing but interpreters of God. So Plato's Ion, which is a dialogue between Ion and Socrates. Again, who's Ion? Ion is a rhapsode, he's a singer. And here we are able to see that Socrates is trying to tell you that rhapsodes are divinely inspired. ये क्या बता रहे हैं? हाउ पोएट्स आर डिवाइनली इंस्पायर्ड, पोएट्स आर डिवाइनली इंस्पायर्ड। प्लीज क्लासिकल लिटरेचर के अंदर भी इसको अपने नोट्स में ऐड कर लीजिएगा। ऑफ द 5 conditions of the sublime according to Longinus, the most important condition is, what is the most important condition according to Longinus? What is the most important condition according to Longinus? The most important condition according to Longinus. The most important condition according to Longinus. What is the most important condition according to Longinus? Yes, absolutely right. Absolutely right. A lofty cast of mind. A lofty cast of mind. Literary criticism के notes को compile कर लीजिएगा. कुछ ये जो questions directly पूछे जा रहे हैं, you should be able to answer them correctly. You should be able to have an opinion and answer about it properly, right? A lofty cast of mind is very important. So this is exactly what we are able to see. I'll hide myself so that I can see this a little better, right? So when we are talking about Longinus's on the sublime, he's trying to tell you about what makes a work of art sublime: imaginative language, noble expression, grand composition, lofty cast of mind, strong passions. ये सारी चीजें आप देख सकते हैं. And first 3 can be acquired, later 3 are innate. Lofty cast of mind is essential, that is non-negotiable, that is most important. ये चीज आपको ध्यान में रखनी है. Which of the following descriptions delineates Roman Cliff novel with a key? Roman Cliff novel with a key. Roman Cliff novel with a key. One second. Right, sorry. Okay, so which of the following descriptions delineates Roman and clef? कौन सा इनमें से Roman and clef को delineate कर रहा है? What are we talking about? We're talking about a novel with a key. What are we discussing about? We're discussing a novel with a key. That is what a Roman and clef actually means, right? That is what Roman and clef actually means. So here we are looking at a novel that is using the altered names of the actual people, real events के बारे में एक तरह से Roman and clef बात कर रहा है. That is your novel with the key. That is your novel with the key. So Roman clef, romance, the German word for novel writing, telling you about real world people. जैसे Bell Jar by Sylvia Plath, right? Real people के बारे में है. So that is what you're able to see. A novel that is literally trying to tell you the real life creatures or together the real personnels who are involved in it. वो चीज आप यहाँ पर Roman clef के अंदर देख पाते हैं, right? Okay, moving on to the next question. Here we come on. Who among the following theorists believes that proliferation of television images is producing a cultural condition akin to historical amnesia? Historical amnesia. This is very important. ये कल की उससे associated है. I think आपको मिला भी होगा historical amnesia के बारे में. So what are we able to see over here when we are looking at historical amnesia? When we're talking about historical amnesia, so what is it associated with? Excellent. That's true. That's true. Frederick Jameson is the right answer. Frederick Jameson is absolutely the correct answer. Frederick Jameson, historical amnesia, postmodern schizophrenia. इसको अभी हम लोग YouTube के classes में जब cultural studies को भी देख रहे थे, we had talked about this concept altogether. Frederick Jameson, the condition of forgetting, the condition of fragmentation and alienation that you're able to see. Okay. Moving on to the next question. Please quickly answer this. All right. What becomes the correct answer here? Okay. Okay, that's absolutely correct. ये आपका question, आपका homework question भी था. If you are able to recollect this is exactly what we had actually talked about. Angela McRobbie is the correct answer. Which cultural analyst has combined the study of different dimensions of youth culture with commentary on developments in cultural theory and politics? This is again ये सारे के सारे theorists. When we are looking at Angela McRobbie of course becomes important. Donna Haraway, Linda Hutcheon, Julia Kristeva. These are also important thinkers जो आपके जा रहे हैं that you really need to understand. कल भी हम लोगों ने जब when we were looking at cultural studies, remember we had stopped at the bit where we were talking about post-humanism. Catherine Hales जैसे post-humanism के बारे में बताती है, cybernetics, that is what we were actually discussing. So Angela McRobbie, the British sociologist, again, trying to write works like Be Creative, Postmodern and Popular Culture that you're able to see. Okay, so please remember this. All right, which British administrator passed a resolution for the promotion of European literatures and sciences among the natives of India? Which British administrator passed a resolution for the promotion of European literatures and sciences among the natives of India? यहाँ पे what becomes the correct answer? Okay. Right, that's right. So ये भी please add it in your English in India के notes, even though we will be covering it on Sundays as well in the form of marathon. This is Lord Benedict, right? So British administrator who passed a resolution for promotion of European literatures, European language. This is Benedict that we are talking about. So of course Benedict का जो contribution रहता है, I'll hide myself so that you can see it a little better. This is where we are coming on, right? This is where we are able to see how Macaulay minutes of the education, minutes on upon Indian education, ये formally कौन pass कर रहा है? Lord Benedict is passing it. Lord Benedict is passing it as the English Education Act 1835, and पूरा का पूरा history. Charles Grant, the director of East India Company, he's laying down the first blueprint on English education in India. That is another thing. British Parliament is adding another clause, the Charter Act, which is coming in. कैसे Christianity को spread कर रहे हैं? Okay, Lord Benedict. Who among the following has written a series of poems entitled Very Indian Poems in English? Very Indian Poems in English. Very Indian Poems in English. Very Indian Poems in English. किसने लिखा है? Very Indian Poems in English किसने लिखा है? Yes. So again, ये जो questions है, basic questions है, we will have to know them. Nizam Ezekiel is the one associated with Very Indian Poems in English, right? Very Indian Poems in English. ये Nizam Ezekiel का work है. These poems have a distinct Indianness that you are able to see. They're humorous in nature also. So Very Indian Poems in English. This is coming in. How many syllables are there in word intransigently? Intransigently. Intransigently में कितने syllables हैं? How many syllables are you able to see in intransigently? Intransigently में how many syllables are you able to look at? How many syllables are you able to see in intransigently? Intransigently में आप कितने syllables को देख पा रहे हो? You are able to look at 5 syllables. You are able to see 5 syllables. कितने syllables है? 5. Syllable is the smallest unit. Intransigently. 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 ly ही आपका एक syllable हो जाता है. The total 5 syllables that we are able to see. Okay, who among the following group of writers is famously called as the university wits? यूनिवर्सिटी विट्स कौन कौन से हैं? और आपके सेट एग्जाम्स में ऐसे सिंपल क्वेश्चंस भी आते हैं. You will have to be a little more careful while you answer these questions. So when we are looking at the university wits, कौन सी category is an example of university wits? कौन सी category becomes an example of university wits? ये आपको बिल्कुल भी गलत नहीं करना चाहिए. D is absolutely the right answer. I hope you're able to see that. Christopher Marlowe, Robert Greene, Thomas Nash, ये सारे के सारे they are associated with the term university wits, right? इनको university wits से associate किया जाता है. University wits, right? University wits. So please remember that coming from Cambridge and Oxford. Thomas Kidd is of course not a university wit, right? Thomas Kidd is of course not a university wit that we're able to see. लेकिन बाकी के सारे लोग they are of course coming from these universities overall. Okay, how many completed stories exist in Chaucer's The Canterbury Tales? How many completed stories exist in Chaucer's The Canterbury Tales? Chaucer का जो Canterbury Tales है, उसमें कितनी completed stories exist करती हैं? उसमें कितनी completed stories exist करती हैं? Chaucer's Canterbury Tales. Chaucer's Canterbury Tales. उसमें कितनी completed stories are existing? How many completed stories are existing in Chaucer's Canterbury Tales? Chaucer's Canterbury Tales. 22 is absolutely the right answer. 22 is the correct answer. Even though projection was much more, right? They had to tell 2 on the way, 2 on the way back. but that didn't get completed altogether. Which of the following statements is correct? Which of the following statements is correct? I'll hide myself so that you can see it a little better. Which of the following statements is correct? Right. चलिए जल्दी से yes so this is correct, this is correct. I think I saw Ishita giving, Ishita very good, Ishita, Rashmi, इन सब लोगों ने सही जवाब दिया है. Which of the following is correct? Lang is the language system, parole is the individual usage, it's the utterance. ठीक है, lang is the language usage, no it is a system. ठीक है, parole पे जाने की जरूरत ही नहीं है. Lang is language in abeyance, that is not true. Lang is language in collective. यहाँ पर गलत कैसे हो गया, इतना सिंपल वाला, ये सबका सही आना चाहिए था. Ferdinand D. Saussure, Lang and Parole, Lang and Parole, Lang and Parole. Lang is the abstract system of language, right? It has the grammatical rules altogether. जबकि parole क्या है? Individual utterance. It's the dynamic individual utterance that we are talking about. The dynamic individual utterance that we are able to see. Who among the following proposed that English language is man-made and not woman-made? Who had proposed that English language is man-made and not woman-made? English language is man-made and not woman-made. किसने ये बोला है? English language is man-made and not woman-made. Man-made and not woman-made. Yes, absolutely right. Absolutely correct. So language के अंदर post colonial aesthetics, women, feminism की concerns, all of these of course are critically crucial. And when we are talking about man-made, woman-made, Dale Spender is the one who's associated with it, right? Dale Spender is the one. Dale Spender, Australian feminist writer, man-made language, Australian writings में please write it down also. Spender believes maleness जो है that pervades language as a whole altogether. That is what you are actually able to see when we look at Dale Spender, right? This is what Dale Spender is predominantly trying to talk about, okay? Please remember that. Okay, in UNESCO's definition, a pamphlet is an unbound publication that is not a periodical and contains, what does it contains? What does it contains? It contains, yes everyone, आपका रिसर्च एप्टीट्यूड भी कवर करना पड़ेगा अच्छी तरह से, राइट? रिसर्च एप्टीट्यूड का बेसिक्स आपको पता होने चाहिए. तो no fewer, no, yes, Sonali has got it right. So no fewer than 5 and not more than 48, okay? Please remember that. Okay, from whose work did John Milton take the epigraph to his Areopagitica? To his Areopagitica. To his Areopagitica. To his Areopagitica. To his Areopagitica. What is the correct answer over here? It is Euripides. Okay, it is Euripides. Shilpa got it right. I saw Shilpa getting it right. Euripides is the right answer. Milton ka Areopagitica that you are able to see. So this is an epigraph from Euripides, the supplicants. That is what you are able to see. Freedom of press ko he's trying to support altogether. That is another important thing. Freedom of press se Areopagitica is associated. Multiple times has been asked also in your net exam. Who among the following prose writers of the Romantic period authored on murder considered as one of the fine arts? Murder considered as one of the fine arts. Murder considered as one of the fine arts. Murder considered as one of the fine arts. कौन लिख रहा है? Thomas, very good, Wilfran. Thomas de Quincey. Thomas de Quincey, very good. Word murder considered as one of the fine arts. This is Thomas de Quincey. It's a satire altogether that is trying to tell you about a series of murders that were committed in 1811 by John Williams in his neighborhood. Right? Murder considered as one of the fine arts by Thomas de Quincey. Which of the following books carried an additional title, Sermon on the Ice? Sermon on the Sea. 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 Yes. What becomes the correct answer over here? Sermon on the Sea. Yes. That is true. That is true. Hind Swaraj or Indian Home Rule by Gandhi. Sunali, Rashmi, Ishita. No, Ishita पुराने वाले का दे रही थी. Hind Swaraj. Hind Swaraj had the additional title Sermon on the Sea because Gandhi had written it during his visit to South Africa. From India via London by ship. That is the reason it was Sermon on the Sea. I'll hide myself so that you can see this entirely. Therefore, it was called the Sermon on the Sea. Therefore, it was called the Sermon on the Sea. Okay? Please remember that. Which of the following work by Henry Fielding begins as a parody? Begins as a parody of Samuel Richardson's Pamela. Of Samuel Richardson's Pamela. Of Samuel Richardson's Pamela. Of Samuel Richardson's Pamela. Yes. अगेन आपका नॉवल का डेवलपमेंट ये भी एक इम्पॉर्टेंट कॉन्सेप्ट पूरा का पूरा हो जाता है. दिस इज जोसेफ एंड्रयूज. कुंवर साहब हैज गॉट इट राइट. This is Joseph Andrews. Joseph Andrews is actually a parody of Samuel Richardson's Pamela. Pamela की बहुत सारी parodies आ गए थे. Shamila, Fielding ने लिखा था because it was very melodramatic. This was very sentimental in a way. People were not really, they were mocking it altogether. So Joseph Andrews is a parody of Pamela. How often did Richard Steele's Tatler appear every week, and how many issues of Tatler in total were published? How many issues of Tatler were officially published? How many issues of Tatler were published? How many issues of Tatler were there? 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 Three times a week. Please remember, very good Shilpa. 3 times a week, and 271 issues. 3 times a week and 271 issues. Okay, total 271 issues. They wanted to make sure that it is trying to make the audience, the Augustan audience, better and well prepared. In which of the following essays did Charles Lamb first use the pseudonym persona Elia? इलिया का जो persona है वो चार्ल्स लैम्प ने कब यूज किया है? सो इन विच ऑफ द फॉलोइंग एसेज डिड चार्ल्स लैम्प फर्स्ट यूज द pseudonym persona इलिया? pseudonym persona इलिया ये चार्ल्स लैम्प कब यूज कर रहे हैं? व्हेन इज चार्ल्स लैम्प एक्चुअली यूजिंग दैट persona altogether? In very good. Kuwar Saab is on fire today. South Sea House is the correct answer. Simran Tomar, yes. Elia jo hai as a pseudonym was being used by Charles Lamb in the South Sea House. The South Sea House. The South Sea House. Okay. Which one of Wyatt Thackeray's novels has the following closing sentence? Which of us is happy in this world? Which of us has this desire? Or having it is satisfied? 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 What becomes the correct answer here? Okay, good. Yes, that's right. Vanity Fair is the correct answer. Vanity Fair is the correct answer. Vanity Fair, Becky Sharp, Amelia Settle. Again, trying to tell you about what kind, two angel in the house, the angel which dichotomy, the two sides, two perspectives of women and femininity are also getting presented over here. तो ये भी चीज आपको दिखती है. Which of the following novels by Kingsley Amis represents its protagonist as angry young man? Angry young man. Angry young man. Which of the following novels by Kingsley Amis is representing its protagonist as an angry young man? Presenting the protagonist as an angry young man. This is Lucky Jim. This is Lucky Jim. Okay, this is Lucky Jim that we are looking at. Lucky Jim by Kingsley Amis. Jim is a part of the lower middle class society. He's a university lecturer. याद है आज foundation batch में Georgit also we said he's a university professor of economics coming after his divorce with his child Vikram Joni to his ailing parents altogether. Lucky Jim is anticipating campus novels, right? Angry young man, rebellious protagonist that you're able to see. That is something that is coming across over here. Which of the following has two heroes with the same name? Two heroes with the same name. Two heroes with the same name. Thank you, Fatima. Yes, please do like the class as well. Fatima acts as our branding strategist or sort of a CEO. Yes, what becomes the correct answer? What becomes the correct answer over here? Yes, two heroes with the same name. Very good. Shilpa Kumari, very good. Yes. Yes. Armadale is the correct answer. William Wilkie Collins का Armadale. It is having two heroes with the same name, Alan Armadale. ये दो जनरेशन स्प्रेड है. आर्मडेल फैमिली के बारे में है, right? William Wilkie Collins, again another important 19th century scholar, sorry, a writer, just like so-called Dickens, who's very popular. So both Dickens as well as William Wilkie Collins, they were both absolutely famous during their lifetime only. Main story 1851 में आती है, when Jane's son Alan Armadale has a series of accidents, inherits the Blanchard family, and then it moves forward. So Armadale के अंदर Alan Armadale का character दो है, ठीक है? Please remember that. Which one of the following titles of Robert Browning's works means to disport in the open air, to amuse oneself at random? To disport in the open air, to amuse oneself at random. To disport in the open air, to amuse oneself at random. To disport in the open air, to amuse oneself at random. Which work are we talking about? Which work? Yes, excellent, Shilpa. Very good. Very good. Shilpa's got it right. Shilpa's got it right. Shilpa's getting Shilpa, Kur, Sahib. All of these are getting, correct answers. Very nice. Very nice. Azulando is the correct answer. Azulando is the correct answer. Azulando, जो last volume of poems है by Robert Browning. Title is coming from Azulair, to disport in the open air altogether, right? So ये जो lines है आपकी Azulando में आ रही हैं. Now you have your homework question. The next question that I'll be sharing with all of you is your homework question. उसका answer आप comment section में दे दीजिएगा. Tomorrow in the morning when we have your master class, we will be solving a different sort of worksheet. ठीक है, हम लोग एक different, I hope आज की master class में मैंने आपको काफी सारे questions, there were about over 100 questions in today's master class. I hope आप लोगों ने अच्छी तरह से उसको review कर लिया होगा. I hope आप लोगों ने अच्छी तरह से उसको देख लिया होगा. You would have actually covered it properly altogether. And कल की जो master class है, that is important because we'll be covering one full worksheet properly. हम लोग एक पूरी की पूरी worksheet करेंगे, and we'll also do about 5 to 6 one-liner questions as well. So complete आपके कम से कम 25 concepts हम लोग कल cover करेंगे master class में. That is going to be at 9 o'clock. Classroom students, of course, please review whatever we have looked at: Anglo-Saxon elegiac, heroic, as well as Christian poetry and Anglo-Saxon prose writing. So इनको अच्छी तरह से go through करके आइएगा. And of course, tomorrow I'll meet all of you. In case if there are any other doubts, please do let me know. This is your homework question. This is your homework question. इसको please comment section में लिखिएगा. We'll start from here only. Right, this is your homework question. This is your homework question that is coming your way. Please complete your homework and come. This is your homework question. In which of the following Middle English poems is Hector a character? Is Hector a character? Good night. Thanks, Samar. Thanks, Rashmi, Shilpa, Sonali, Devashish, Anjali. Thank you. Please complete this. This is your homework questions. को पूरी तरह से complete करके put in the comment section. I will be starting from here itself and we'll be doing certain important things. कल का जो आपका homework है, post-humanism, postmodernism, and post-structuralism, उसको एक बार देख लीजिएगा because we'll be starting with that as well, right? Thanks so much. Thanks, Fatima, Shenbaga, Anjali, Devashish, Sonali, Rashmi, Simran, Kaur Sahab. Good job done, everyone. Kaur Sahab, don't be in a hurry. Don't be in a hurry. Okay? Don't be in a hurry at all to answer this question. You can put it in the comment section and let us know. This is your homework question and D is not the right answer. Okay? Just to give you a hint, D is not the right answer. Okay? Beowulf is not the right answer. Beowulf is not the right answer. So, Kaur Sahab, you're wrong. But anyway, this is a surprise now. 3 में से एक करके put in the comment section. Fine. Alright, thanks so much everyone for joining. Wilfran and Prasanjeet, zip, no comments. This is your homework question. Fine. Chalo. Thanks everyone for joining. Take good care, sleep well, and I'll catch up with all of you tomorrow in the morning. Fine. Thank you. Thank you. Thanks.